Hi everybody, Anthony Navarro with Colorado Shooting Sports. I'm here with Phillip Harding, and we are going to be talking about the Clery Act. We're talking about some of the information that the colleges have to report as far as crimes that happen on campus, anything from like burglary, forcible sexual acts, you name it, arson, whatever the case might be. But I'm going to have him take over and describe some of the information that we're seeing specifically with UNC. Go ahead, Phil.
So one of the biggest things there at UNC, at any college really, when a high school senior's looking at new colleges, one of the things that them or their parents might be interested in, especially if it's a young female going to college, is going to be sex assaults. And I noticed when I was looking at the Clery Act for the last 6 years so we've got in 2008 at UNC alone, this is just at the campus here in Greeley, 4, in 2009, 8, then 2010, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 finally in 2013. That was actually the number released in the 2014 Clery Act.
So we're seeing an upward trend in these types of attacks,
Exactly.
is what you're saying. So.
Exactly. It started out, it was getting really bad, so they put up some more lights. They put up the blue police call stations. And so some folks may have been deterred from that, but they realized that it's really not doing anything. All it is a phone button somewhere in the middle of the campus. And it's starting to creep back up because there's really nothing to stop anybody from actually committing these horrible acts.
Yeah. One of the things I like to mention is when I went to college at UNC, there were no lights between McKee and Michener Library. There were none at all. And I remember it must have been 1995, if I remember correctly, there were 3 rapes within a week in the same area. And now, haven't been on campus in years, but about a year ago, I was kind of walking through there, putting up some flyers and stuff. And I noticed all the lights, and it's like they finally did something about that. But one of the things I like to mention too is that we are ultimately responsible for our own safety. So, you're not going to have a cop around you all the time. You're going to be, the chances are when something happens to you, you're going to be too far from that phone to get to it, to make a phone call. And keep in mind, the bad guys know where the phones are too. So it's up to you to understand and to learn how to fight with your hands. Keep in mind where you cannot carry a gun, you can carry a knife. So that's another option as well. Highly recommend looking into our CRC class. It's called Close Range Combat, but it deals with how to disarm somebody coming at you with a knife. If somebody has a gun at you, worst case scenario, how do you take that gun away? And then also some ground fighting stuff, like let's say you have a guy literally on top of you trying to choke you out. How do you disarm him and actually take him off you at the same time? So that's a class that we do twice a year. It's a $100 class. It's an all-day, very extensive class. And I highly recommend that every young lady take it, whether it be 12 years old, 4 years old, 26 years old, doesn't matter. It's something where you just need to have more options. So if you are not carrying a gun, you can defend yourself. If you're not carrying a knife, you can defend yourself. And so I highly recommend we look into that. But these statistics right here, I'm going to add one more to that as well. And we tell people in our tactical pistol class that 1 out of 4 women in America will be violently attacked sometime in their life. And that's pretty horrible because we are like at the top of the food chain here as far as industrialized, modern countries, and we're actually have the best ratio too. But still, that's 1 out of 4 people. You look in a classroom of students sitting next to you, and let's say there's 36 students, 18 girls. That means there's already been 2 or 3, 4 girls in there that have had this happen, and that's unacceptable. So. Again, thank you, Phil, very much. Appreciate it. And we'll be right back. Anthony Navarro, Colorado Shooting Sports.